Needed another way to think about categorizing food, and so it was kind of truck. Hey everyone, welcome to the tailgate. I'm Brian, the host of this little show. It's about 50 degrees outside, super nice, a little cloudy, all good. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about transitioning from the diet product called NOOM to Myfitnesspal. So let's get started. So I've used NOOM consistently for the last 2 years. I started just before the pandemic with the paid version of the app, and I weighed about 55 pounds more than I do now, and I just drank the NOOM Kool-Aid, 100%, loved the program for what it was. So after leaving the paid version of NOOM, I had a long period of time where everything was just really steady for me. My weight was really constant, my diet and exercise patterns really didn't change all that much, and the app was doing everything I needed it to. But I noticed within the last few months my weight had begun to sort of creep up a little bit, and I started to get a little bit concerned in terms of how I was eating and what my habits were, and I realized that a couple of things that I needed weren't happening in the free version of NOOM. And one had to do with actually having the ability to save a meal, which NOOM really doesn't allow you to do. It'll like keep track of your meals and snacks for like up to 10 things, and then after that, the thing at the bottom, or the meal at the bottom, like falls out. So if you're having like a meal 1 week and you really love it and you want to log it again, but if you have it 2 or 3 weeks later, you just have to re-log it over and over again, which got to be kind of annoying. I also thought that it was important that I have the ability to track my macros, at least at a very basic level, which NOOM does not do at all. Remember, red, yellow, green, those are broad categories that can be helpful, but if you really need to sort of figure out in a little bit more detail what categories, where your food falls, NOOM isn't the product for you. It might be something like Myfitnesspal. And I was still logging, I still had my meal streak going on, and I think by the time I finished with NOOM, I was over 2,200 consecutive meals logged, and I took a lot of pride in that, and it's probably one of the reasons why I stayed with it as long as I did. So I had used Myfitnesspal in previous iterations of my calorie counting and exercise career, and I liked it well enough, but it just wasn't at those times really what I was looking for. But this time it really was. I wanted the ability to sort of broadly think about macros, and so for the last 45 days I've been religiously logging my food in the free version of the app, not the paid version of the app, as a way to sort of understand where the distributions fall so I can tweak what's going on in terms of thinking about weight loss and maintenance and all of those things. I also appreciated the fact that I now have the ability to save a meal, which I couldn't do in NOOM. So anytime I'm cooking something up with my lovely wife to have for dinner one night, if it's like a sort of tofu scramble or whatever we got going on, I can save it and then later on just add it into a day or a meal or whatever. It just works. I also really like the idea that you can save recipes. So if you find something on the internet that you cook up, which everybody does all the time, I can just copy and paste the ingredients into Myfitnesspal, and then it allows you to sort of save that, and it attempts to assign calorie based on ingredient totals. And so I find that that works too, because it's not just the calories that's counting, it's where it falls in terms of carbohydrates and protein and fat if you're thinking more about macros. A couple of final words about Myfitnesspal. Another thing I appreciate is that anytime you log a food under a specific area like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, that food is going to be there for you to go back and check and easily re-add if you like have different variations in terms of the things that you're eating. So once you log it, it's there under recent or frequent, and you can just hit it again and change the serving size, and you're good to go. And then it just populates as it should. I forgot to shoot the end. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.